Well, I'm finally out of space now, thanks to them capturing Comicman07. Hopefully, he won't get out. And two, Comicman06, the movie, coming soon. Well, since I had no anything for a while, I had to figure out what. And I then learned that a Tom and Jerry movie is coming out. So finally, I got to know that. I said, why not review Tom and Jerry, the movie? So let's talk about Tom and Jerry, the movie. And let me give you some facts. Tom and Jerry's is an American cartoon that's been running for a long time, even in reruns, following a cat named Tom and a mouse by the name of Jerry. The show is pretty resonant, and people still watch it today, even if it's off the air. So yeah, basically, I loved the show as a kid, and I still do today. I mean, like literally a couple years ago when I was in my middle school year, 8th grade year, keep in mind with all these other students, we were watching Tom and Jerry because, well, it's something that you can say is a baby show, but people still love it to this day because of its story. It doesn't have a story. All we know is Tom and Jerry hate each other, and they don't even talk. This is very weird because at this time, any animal mostly talked. I mean, any animal mostly talked. But Tom and Jerry never talked. The other characters around them talked, but not them. So, when I heard that there was a movie coming out on them in live action form, I said, I don't know, because it's been a while since live action and cartoons have been in the film, and the last time that was made was, well, Monkey Bone and Cool World. Never happened again. So this was the first film to kind of dive into that, and how do I put it to you guys? It did it. The main part of the film is a girl named Kayla. Basically, a girl from somewhere else comes to New York City. At that same time, Tom and Jerry have just arrived in New York City and do their old cat and mouse routine. Later on, if you don't know, Kayla runs into Tom and pays no mind to him. Moving on later, here's what happens. Basically, she rips up this girl named a woman's paper to basically pretend to be working for the hotel. A big hotel who has a big job. It's not many all-star actors in this film or any big names except for her in general, and the dude who played in Ant-Man as Ant-Man's friend. So, yes, besides them two, they are the only big roles. And smaller roles in this film go to the cats, like the punk cats. They're brought back, and that's another thing I love about this film. They're bringing back old characters, and I would totally think they won't have enough time to put every character in this, but they even find some for the smallest character ever to get in the film. Heck, the annoying dog who literally talked like this. Deep Guipo. I really never really pay attention to him really that much. But he's in here too. A short little brief scene, but they do it so well. And number two with it going on is, instead of making just them cartoons and every other animal a cartoon, everything else live action, like other animals live action, they make them all cartoons, which is something weird I see with TV sometimes. Well, actually movies in fact. See, like in Roger Rabbit, only Roger Rabbit's a cartoon. Any other animal can be regular, but cartoons. Cool World, same thing, but switched around. So, yes. But this isn't that. It's every animal in this world is cartoons. So, I like that. That's something we haven't seen yet. The films brings on things that we haven't seen yet. It's still the same routine, but I never thought they could actually make a Tom and Jerry movie without having other characters. And years after Tom and Jerry getting films like Tom and Jerry, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Tom and Jerry, Wizards of Oz, the only one I've seen being Wizards of Oz, Tom and Jerry, it's very fun to actually get their own movie where they have their own storyline going on. The basic plot is that this rich couple are getting married there, and Kayla is part of the decorations and is assigned to do the decorations with the dude from Ant-Man. I'm just going to call him that. Basically, here's what happens. Jerry moves into that hotel. While Jerry is staying in that hotel, pretty much ruins it all for them. In general, they have a mouse problem like in the trailer. In general, here's what happens. Kayla wants to find a way to get this mouse and later runs into Tom trying to get Jerry. They both have a common ally and want to destroy Jerry in the film. Later on, coming up to the ending with Tom and Jerry becoming friends, all that stuff if you don't know. But basically, that's the simple thing. And it's up to Tom and Kayla to basically stop the mouse, Jerry, before he does anything bad. Or, that's the plot of the film. Like, it's a 1 hour film and it's not bad. I really didn't hate the film at all. I thought I would go into the film saying, I'm going to hate this movie. I'm going to hate this movie. it's gonna ruin my childhood. But turns out it didn't. It wasn't a bad film at all, and really does its own style, story arc, and I don't hate it. Heck, the characters are likable, and even the smallest characters can have their own solo films. I wouldn't think they would find a way to put a wedding movie into a Tom and Jerry film, but they found a way to do it and make it good. So, yeah, this shows that we may be wrong about some things being made to live action, but that doesn't mean that we should make every cartoon character give them their own movie with cartoons. Like a Mickey Mouse not live action and Mickey Mouse movie. I hope they don't do that. This is Warner Bros.' first time returning back to doing an actual, well, cartoon thing like Roger Rabbit. Like, Warner Bros. Was the first studio to make films like Roger Rabbit with cartoons in sync. Or was it Disney? I believe it was Disney. Never mind. So Warner Bros. Decided to throw their hand to the barrel this time and make their own. And Tom and Jerry isn't a bad film at all. Heck, everything in this film that are animals are animated, which I can like about it. Except for the who people. So yes. General, this isn't a bad film. And this is a film that you can really like. But there is one thing I have to say about this film. I hate to say that it had some error with it. I really feel like the film did hear me out with this. Tom's actually spoke a little bit in the film. I mean, sometimes like you had like the auto tunes and stuff. Like Tom was actually spoken in the film. I was like, kind of weird. They even had like a good Tom and bad Tom. But Jerry never spoke in this film, so yeah, like, very weird to me that Jerry never spoke, but Tom got like a very good Tom. And like at the ending credits, they showed Tom as himself. So yes, but if you're me, for some reason I always want Tom to at least win some of the fights instead of Jerry win them all the time. And I think that's the joke. Jerry wins them all the time, Tom doesn't get any wins. This film is a win for everybody, and I think you should definitely try to go see it on HBO Max. The app where the film is airing at, and I watched it on HBO Max. Not why it's also on my Fire Stick, I watched it on HBO Max on my Fire Stick. So yes, I really think this film is worth the watch, and it's worth the $14.99 that you spend to get the HBO Max Plus. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff on this app I haven't tried out yet, but this film's pretty good, and I'll definitely give it a thumbs up as a film. I wonder what other adaptations they can make good. Well, that's all for now. I'll see you next time on Comicman06. Before the video ends, I want you guys to know, I want you guys to send me your own intros for the new videos, as I would love to take any intros that you want to send my way if you want to make any new intros to the Comicman06 for this season, as we're making a whole new intro. Also, I've already got the intro for Splash NBA Guy and the Good and Bad and Ugly. Thank you, io@gmail.com. Thanks. So, see you guys next time.